Hello everybody and welcome to SoftIQ Technologies. In today's video, we will be looking at the installation, the download and installation of Microsoft Dynamics NAV 2018. So there are prerequisites that are required before you begin the installation of Microsoft Dynamics NAV 2018. For example, you need to ensure that you have a Windows installation running. Your Windows is updated up to the latest updates. You need to have an installation of Office, and you need the download of Microsoft Dynamics NAV 2018 installation files, worldwide version. We need a .NET framework. We also require an SQL Server installation, as Microsoft Dynamics NAV 2018 runs on a SQL-based database. And then we require SQL Server Management Studio to manage the SQL. So to begin with, you need to first of all check that your Windows is updated. You can go to Windows Update and check whether the latest updates are installed. So after that, there are things you need to ensure that you meet in terms of the minimum requirements, which you can find out by going and searching for system requirements for NAV 2018 plus MSDN. Now friends, once you search for this, you can be able to see the minimum requirements in terms of your client machine. So on the client side, you require a minimum of memory of 1 GB and a space of 200 MB. And you can also check what you require on the development environment, what you require on the web client requirements, and even on the NAV server requirements. So for example, on the NAV server, you require a memory minimum of 2 GB, a hard disk space of 500 MB. Now, if you meet all these minimum requirements to install Microsoft Dynamics NAV 2018, the next thing you require is, in case your database is going to be bigger than 10 GB, we recommend you can install any of the SQL examples, for example, Standard or Enterprise, because SQL Server Express has limitations, which you can also find out about limitations of SQL Server Express. So SQL Server Express, as you can see here, has some limitations. So it has a limitation of 10 GB maximum database size, and it has a limitation of 1 GB memory. So in my scenario, I've installed the Enterprise version. So after you've ensured that you meet the minimum hardware requirements and you have an SQL installation, you can come and download Dynamics NAV 2018. So we are going to install the base version, which if you come here, you can see all the country versions. So we are going to go with the worldwide one version. So if you click here, download, it's going to download. I had already downloaded it. So if you come here to your compressed folder, you can see it. So you need to extract it to a folder. And then once you extract it, you can come and run it as an administrator. You say next here. You can accept these Microsoft terms, of course, after reading them. Then you have two options here. You can go with the demo installation. This one installs the Microsoft Dynamics on the standard ports, that is the 7046 onwards. And it also installs the SQL Server Express. In our instance, we want to have more control on which ports we want to install and on which database version. So we're going to choose custom. So from here, you have versions where in a 3-tier architecture, there's a client, there's the application server, there's a SQL database. So in our case, we are going to do an installation of all this on one computer. In a real-life scenario, it's usually a 3-tier architecture. So you can choose all this installation. From here, you can decide to remain with the instance, the standard instance, or you can rename it. And then we are going to choose the installation of the firewall rule, the SOAP services, the OData services, and the developer services. In terms of the SQL installation, we want to use our already installed enterprise version. If there is an existing demo database, we want to replace it. Now friends, once you ensure that all this is set up, you can choose to install. Just choose say apply here. Now friends, this takes some time to install, as it ensures that it installs all the options we chose there. We can give it some few minutes, so the installation takes some few minutes. So I'm going to pause the video and then come back after it finishes the installation. Now, if all goes well, it brings this message that the installation of Microsoft Dynamics NAV has completed successfully. You can close. And if we can check all the installations which have been installed. So there is the RTC client, there is the administration, there is the administration shell, there is the development environment, and then there is the development shell. So if I open the RTC client, it opens up the Microsoft Dynamics NAV 2018 role-tailored client. Now, friends, it comes with off the shelf with a demo company called Kronos International, and you can be able to play around with it. So the installation has finished successfully, and now you have your demo company to play with. So thank you for joining us. If you can subscribe and like our page, we thank you.